Hi, Faye.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about the journal entry and how that was for you.
Yeah, it made me think a lot of my relationships that I have. I was thinking of how, like, such a sensitive kid I've always been, well, a sensitive person I've been. And my mom tells a story of, I have an older sister, and about how if she would tell her not to do something, she would, like, smile at her and do it anyway. And if she told me not to do something, I would, like just cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about like my mom, and she was like very much the opposite. She was very um, unemotional, I feel like. And I always say like hugs were weird with us because
Okay.
like we didn't really hug very much, and I felt like my emotional needs weren't really met with her. Um, but thinking about too, like, I mean, she was also a single mom, and like she was just, I mean, she was stable in the way of like just maintaining everything for us, like the financial, and we always had food, we always had a place to stay. Like she was very like independent and like good at that part. And I don't know if maybe she just didn't have like the time or the just like any more to give to that kind of emotional side of things. But I always felt like I didn't really have that. Um, I did have that more with my grandparents.
Okay.
So when my mom worked like early in like the medical field, she would drop us off at our grandparents, and they were kind of like um, my second like mom and dad, kind of. And I, in reading that textbook, I kind of felt, I was like, oh my gosh, I do this like all the time, like throughout my life, where it said how like you like make your own, like if you don't have, like you make your own through life.
Yeah.
And like I'm always like, oh, she's like my second mom, she's like my second mom. So
Yep.
it was like in college, it was my roommate's mom, and she would like give us little like treat bags for like holidays and stuff, and like send in like baked goods, and like she would like take us out and do things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like my second mom. And then it was like that when I went to Tennessee. I had like an older lady who I worked with who was like treated me like a mom. It was like my second mom. So I've like always had that throughout my life. Not that like, I don't know, like, I mean, she was there for me in a lot of ways. Just I never, I think I really missed out on the emotional side. Like I think as a sensitive kid, I like really needed that, and I didn't get that. And so my grandparents were there for that. And then I was kind of thinking about my biological dad. He has bipolar disorder. So I was just like thinking back on, he like pops in and out of my life kind of. He, like they divorced when I was little, and I guess I was always like a dad's girl. Um, and so like when he would leave, it would be really hard on me. Um, and like sometimes he would like remember birthdays and things. Like we would get cards from him like for birthdays and Christmas, and then sometimes he would forget. And then like 2 years later we get like last year's Christmas and this year's Christmas. It was just like very unstable. And that like I feel like tied into like these like main things, I realized kind of tie a little bit more into like what I chose later on. Like my first relationship, I chose someone who was very like emotionally like not there. Like, and my other relationship, it was somebody who was like very unstable, and like that popped in from I feel like earlier experiences.
Yeah.
Um,
So it sounds like the relationship with your mother has had the most impact on your current relationships.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I definitely like I hold a lot of resentment there
Yeah.
from that the most, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Then you and your biological dad, like the instability that had on you growing up,
mhm.
and that kind of presents itself in your current relationships as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not, so I don't have anything currently, but
Yeah.
in the past, like, for sure, I've seen that, where I've gone to people that are, just, like, a mess
Mhm.
themselves, and I feel like I'm trying to maybe fix them,
Okay.
but, like, I couldn't fix, in my past, I couldn't fix my dad. I think I wanted something different.
Mhm.
I wanted a different dad, or someone who could be there, but so maybe I'm trying to do that, like, these days today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you have a daughter as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with your daughter.
Yeah. It can go, like, really great,
Mhm.
and we can get along really well. But I think we both have tempers.
Okay.
And that can, like, I think we're both, like, really passionate people. So, like, that I feel like comes with a temper, and, like, it can go wrong sometimes. She has ADHD.
Mhm.
That can be really hard. I feel like I'm constantly, like, reminding
Mhm.
her to do things, which it just as one person can take a toll on one person, managing everything of your own life and then someone else's life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we've had our struggles, but it ebbs and flows. We're, like, on a little roller coaster ride
Mhm.
of life.
And I remember, like, we previously talked about overstimulation
Mhm.
and how you're trying to deal with your own stimuluses coming from work and then coming home and kind of having to do it
Mhm.
again because you're a teacher.
Yeah.
So you feel like
Yeah. I have,
there's like little separation between like work and then home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always with kids,
Mhm.
Which I love, but I mean, everyone needs a break from something they love, even. Like, you just can't do it 24/7.
Right.
But yeah, it can be hard to find some downtime. Someone
Mhm.
just asked me about that, because they have like a 40-minute commute, and like that helps them like
Mhm.
move to like be able to switch to like the dad role, and we just kind of have to roll with it. And again, some days are fine; they like roll fine, and then other days, I'm sure like there's just more needed from me maybe during the day, so
Okay.
it just like I have less to give, but that like gives guilt too, and I feel like guilty for having like this time for my kids during the day, and then in the evening like I feel like I don't have anything left to give, so that can bring about some hard feelings for sure.
Hard feelings like the guilt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wish I like had more there to give, energy wise, I guess, but I'm like, can't make another decision, or
Mhm.
I don't want to answer one more question.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, that can be a little tricky at times.
Yeah. So you and your daughter, how is your relationship outside of like the control aspects, like the scheduling, the routines? Is it a more emotional relationship, because you haven't received that in the past growing up? Is that something that when you
Yeah.
became a mother you really wanted to incorporate?
That's a good question. Yes, but I find it really hard.
Yeah.
And like it's weird. I almost have to like tell my body to do things that like I feel like would just be like natural for people. But yeah, it's extremely hard. Sometimes I don't want to hug.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's normal for everybody, but I just like I feel like I really have to like really like think to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not supernatural. So yeah, that's been really hard. I feel like I'm very very like take care of needs, but not that one focus. I mean, it's been like on, okay, she's eating, she's getting enough sleep. Like, I'm very like my mom, like very I don't even know what to call that, like it's almost like focusing on the data points. Like, I'm very like almost like statistical, or like focusing on like numbers, if that makes sense, and like logical, I guess that's where I'm going. Like logical brain instead of emotional brain, and it's like I'm working at it, but it's a process to like like almost teach myself. I feel like I'm constantly teaching myself like to do that part better, because I didn't have that part instilled in me. It's not natural.
So when you were growing up, you're little Faith, and you're running around, and all you want is a hug from your mom. So you go up and you try to give her a hug, and what does she do?
I don't know that I ever asked for one.
Okay.
Like, I didn't. It was only if it was like give it to me.
Okay.
I don't think
so
I ever...
you felt like it was her who had to initiate it first. You
Probably.
didn't feel like you could go and do that?
I don't remember ever doing that as a kid.
Okay.
And maybe I'm just like not remember, but I don't remember ever just like feeling like I could do that. Like it didn't.
Didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And would you say that it didn't feel right because of not a lack of wanting it, but more so scared that it wouldn't be reciprocated?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you say currently now your daughter will come and she'll give you a hug, and sometimes you're just like, I don't really, this isn't what I need right now.
More so like if I've, I guess no, that makes sense. Or like, maybe not necessarily a hug, but like snuggling on the couch. And I'm like, I know you want this, I know I need to do that, and I know that's like, but I'm like, I don't know, it's just like this disconnect sometimes, not all the time, it's just like sometimes there's this disconnect, and I wonder if that's part of like growing up, but I can't like just always blame it on that. I don't know. But it's, I don't know.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And the disconnect, it's normal to be overstimulated and not want the same things that other people want, and that could be, especially in a caregiver role, like that's normal, and it's okay to feel that sometimes. And I know that it comes with guilt, but just recognizing like, this isn't really what I need in the moment, and maybe since you're such a logical brained person, you could just say it out loud.
Yeah.
It'd be like, your daughter's name's Ray, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, Ray, like, mommy needs just a little bit of time. Like, why don't you sit here with me and just be, like, let's be together for, like, and put this show on, put a movie on. But, like, a hug right now is just not what, like, mommy needs right now.
Yeah.
How do you think that she would react to that? Do you think she would be...
It'd probably be better than, like, I am trying to explain things to her more, like, what's in my mindset, because, like, I don't want her to just, like, make up her own things in her head, like, and just, like, think, like, I don't know, off the wall, mom doesn't love me, or, just because of that. So I think that would be better. And again, I am trying to do more of those things, but I know sometimes I can be in my head and not think to do it. But yeah, I think that would probably go over okay.
Yeah. And like in an all perfect world, these are things that we would think of and do right away.
Yeah.
But we're humans.
Yeah.
And it's impossible sometimes to like not let our emotions control our actions.
Yes.
And that's okay as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes like when you're in those moments, you could just be like, okay, like, I love you so much, but...
Yeah.
And then say, like, mommy just needs a little bit of space right now, but I still want you here.
Right.
So can you be close to me?
Right.
I don't want you to go away. I don't want you to go to a separate room. I still love you. I still want you in my company, but I had a long day at work.
Yeah.
This is what happened. And maybe confiding in her and having her understand that, like, this isn't what I need right now, but I want to make sure that we're still here together in the moment.
Right. And it's funny you say that, because I have done something similar, like when they're on the couch. It's just like, can I come here and, like, And then she's like, her head's in front of the TV, and
Oh.
I'm like, and it can be uncomfortable. She's getting bigger, so I'm
Yes.
like, okay, well, come on. But I was like, well, can you just like sit here? Like we're touching, like but you're just down a little further.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay,
Oh.
and we make a compromise. But so yeah, no, you make a good point for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So like you do these things and like you're like, okay, I don't want this, can you come here? And she's okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And it doesn't
Yeah.
create like any arguments or anything.
No, and that feels better. Like
Good.
knowing that like I'm doing a little bit of something. Maybe it's not like everything I want to be able to do in that moment, but yeah, it helps me feel like a little bit 1 inch closer to like getting it right.
Yeah.
Or starting to get it right, you know?
Okay. And like what would it look like if it were right? Like what would a perfect scenario look like for you?
Yeah, like I just like see it all over where I'm like looking at families and kids like, and they're like so affectionate, and it's like anytime like it's like a greeting goodbye, like bye, big hug, big kiss, like it's nice. Like I wish that had always been like that for her. And again, it's not like she doesn't get that at all, but that would be nice to get to, where I just feel like it's so natural and like hugs all the time.
Yeah.
It just flows. It doesn't feel like it's like we're trying too hard. This would be it.
So affection for you is love.
Yeah.
And because of that lack of affection, you almost felt like you weren't loved.
I have like this running thought in my head that like not good enough.
And it stems from the affection.
I feel like it could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always like I've felt this like a lot of different points. Like I have an older sister, and she like I remember looking back, and I always had to like be at the same place. Like I always had to stack up to her in my own brain. But I don't think like I don't know that message was coming across. But I remember like in school, like I always had to take the same classes as her, and she would take like AP classes and honors classes and get A's no matter what. And I had to work like super hard, and I had to like work, like I worked really hard and I got A's and B's, but I like it sent me into like a really bad place because I like was really struggling in these classes, but I like felt like I had to like do the same thing as her. And I don't know, so all throughout life I've had kind of that message, and maybe it stemmed from our mom.
Yeah. And I'm like picking up on a theme of like comparison, because when I mentioned the scenario question, the first answer was a comparison to other families. This is what I see from other families, and this looks good. This looks like a healthy, happy family, and that to you is what you feel like you have to have in your relationship with your own daughter. And then the comparison with your sister, you felt like you always had to play catch up.
Yeah, I never caught. Yeah, I didn't catch that when I was was talking. That was good. Yeah, I do feel like I compare a lot. Yeah, that's ingrained in me a lot.
And
Absolutely.
who, when you compare, are you, especially with the parenting, you're doing it for yourself?
I don't know. I guess in some way, of course. Yeah, but again, I think about what other people would think a lot, and like, what would this look like? And that's why I'm so hard on myself, because I'm like, well, this wouldn't be like.
Yeah, and you care what people think.
Yeah.
And that's a normal human desire, is to want other people to look at them and be like, yeah, like that's what I want as well. But also to establish healthy boundaries that, like, okay, maybe affection isn't my love language that I can have with my child. Even though that looks really, really healthy and that's something that I've always wanted. But here are all the other things that I do as a parent that are just as good that other people don't see.
Yeah.
Because you hear it all the time. We look at these people and they look like happy, healthy families, and they're not.
Yeah. Like murdering each other and stuff. Like, it's real dark. It's real dark. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. One step at a time, right?
Yeah. How does it feel talking about all that?
Good. Yeah, I always feel better after.
Just letting it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it made me feel more comfortable with the uncomfortable, which is always helpful. That can be hard to sit with sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't our next session we talk about how our other object relations can present itself in our lives.
Love that. Sounds good. Thank you.
I feel like, that was 20 minutes.